Good morning, KMS. Mrs. Hines here. Today is February 10th, Wednesday. It's going to be a D day. And today we're going to update your tech portfolio with a CAD page. So hopefully you finished or you can finish up today your edit of the starter dice. And then we're also going to start to design your own creation in TinkerCAD. So what I'm going to need you to do is open up the direction sheet and then you're going to go to your TinkerCAD account. So when you click on this link right here, it'll take you to your dashboard. So you'll notice that on your dashboard, you could save as many things as you like. So this was the one that I was working on yesterday. I'm going to click this blue Tinker This. And it brings me back so I can edit my dice. The goal for the dice, folks, again, was just getting used to the controls on the left-hand side here. So your viewing thing right here, cube, if you will, you can click on it and rotate it around. It will show you all the different views. Worst case scenario, you can always click on this home button and it will bring you back front and center. Remember, this CAD program, this computer aided drawing program, allows you to draw things on this work plane and we can actually 3D print them. So you're measuring in metric. This is measuring in millimeters. When I click on my dice, this is one shape. So I changed the color to green. But I can always like select things and perhaps let's just like ungroup them all. Just so you can kind of see. What I ended up doing is I have text on all sides. So when I click on the text, I can stretch these out, these white boxes to make it bigger. But again, realize, folks, that there's three different views, right? Dimensions, if you will. So there's the X and the Y, but there's also the Z, right? So that's what's cool about three-dimensional CAD is that you have so many viewing options. This right here, this cone, this is how far off the surface of the work plane. So you might have to adjust that depending. This one is a hole. So what that allows me to do is you can have things be solid or you can have things be like holes. They're not there. So if you select all of your objects, right, it should say that you have 7 of them because the cube is 1 and then there's 6 sides of the cube and they all have text on them. 1 plus 6 is 7. So if I group them together, it's this symbol up here. It looks like a square and a circle combined. The computer is going to know that I want them all to be as one. So instead of having text be outside of my dice, it looks like it's like cut into the dice. Okay. So again, you can change the color of it to whatever makes you all warm and fuzzy inside. And then let me see the home view. So from this perspective, change it a little bit so we can look at it it's called the isometric view. So you can see 3 sides of it and you're going to take a screenshot. So on a Chromebook, you're going to hit that. It's like the button above the 6. It's a rectangle with 2 lines. If you hit control in that button, it's going to take a screenshot. On your screen, it will say copy to clipboard. We're going to paste this on our tech portfolio. So please open up another tab up top here by clicking the plus button. And your Google Drive is where your portfolio lives. So my Google Drive, I get to it through my apps. So these 9 dots, and go to my Google Drive. And I open this frequently, so it's right here. You might want to take note of the name because you can always search for things. You can always search for things in your drive by like what they are. So if you need to find a site, you probably don't have too many Google sites in your tech or in your Google Drive at this moment. All right, so far, folks, on your portfolio, if you turned your portfolio in, meaning I have a link to it, you should have your name on it and you should have a coding page. On your coding page, please make your cover photo something to do. You can change your image, something to do with coding. And the only thing that I would like you to have so far is I want to have your game that we made in Scratch shared, linked, and described. That's awesome. So on the right-hand side, under this Publish button, there's the Pages option. You can add a page by clicking this plus button here, and we're going to call it CAD, Computer Aided Drawing. And if you want, you can even put that in the title. You don't have to. It's either drawing or design. Go back and forth, honestly. It will take the same image, so I'm just going to change my image. I'm just going to select something else. For now, I'll just type like CAD, GIF, GIF. That's awesome. I wonder if this like works. That would be so cool. I'll do something later of a design that I actually made. I have one that I would like to use, but this is an example of a CAD drawing. So again, like I screenshotted my cube, so I'm just gonna click in the white space here and hit Control V. All right, and that's gonna make it show up here. If I want, I do want this to look a little nicer, so I'm just gonna like pan around and like that looks better. All right, because I just want to show my cube, right? So I'm gonna add some text and say like, I designed a custom dice using, you know what, I'll even link it. Not the actual thing because I don't want other people to edit, but I want you to make your portfolio like useful, right? So when other people visit it, perhaps they'd like to go to that link. You can say like it measures, how big is your dice? Well, let's see. If you were to make this to scale, on here, do I have to ungroup to see the dimensions? That's weird. All right, so my width is 40. So right here, you could see these three numbers, the length, width, and height are 40 millimeters. So I clicked on my shape to be able to tell that. So I'm just gonna put that on my portfolio right here. Measures 40 millimeters. Perfect. All right, folks. So that's what I would like you to do today. Is I would like you to update your portfolio with a CAD page, a screenshot of your dice, and a description of what you did in TinkerCAD, hopefully with a link. I'm going to hit publish. I'm gonna hit publish again. And again, folks, my portfolio is there to help you. So if you'd like to check my portfolio out, this and more is on Google Classroom. So remember, under the classwork tab, you'll always see today's assignment. Please make sure that you turn that in. But then also, if you need materials, this is my site, our daily objectives, and then like we'll have another, this was last week, but we'll have a new week starting too. All right. So if you could, after you publish your dice, we're just going to save this. Please click on this TinkerCAD logo. Okay. We're going to start a new drawing today. And the goal, let me just show you the goal of the next drawing, is you're going to make a custom luggage tag. Okay. So chances are you'll have your backpack with you in school, or you'll have a bag with you at some point. It'd be nice to have a custom tag with your name on it. So you can make this any shape you want. You can have your name on it. You can have a symbol on it. I don't really care. But I want it to be two things that are grouped together in TinkerCAD is the goal. So to create a new design, you're going to click on this blue button here that says Create New Design. And you're going to bring objects in from the shapes. It gives you the basic shapes. So if you wanted to have something, I don't know, let's see, like a heart, when you first bring it out, make it larger. You can always scale things at a later date, but if you'd like something with text on it, you're going to want room to actually put the text on it. So you can drag the heart out. You can put text on it. So if I change this to maybe like Heinz, right? I'm going to show you now, I'm going to add these two things together. So if I want that there, I'll look at it from a different view. They're both laying flat. And this is what I was talking about, this cone here. that's why I want you to practice it. Do you see how it lifts it off of that plane? So now it's outside and it's in the heart. I can do two things with this design. I could make it solid so it's lifted out, or I could put it as a whole and then it would be cut in. If you do it as a whole, I would suggest immediately grouping them together, just so you can see, and you want to have it so it's not going through the other side. When you actually go to 3D print this, you do want to have a flat back, and we'll talk about that more later. So that would be great for today. That would count. But you might want a hole in this. So you can do that a couple ways. I like to use the torus. And again, you could stretch it out, but look at it from all sides. Do I want it like laying flat like that? That's lame, right? So I'm zooming in here. I'm going to lift it up off the plane. So then it's like, that's dope. All right, so I'm going to hit the home view. Bam, awesome. That's huge, right? So I'm just going to take it and select everything and just scale it down. And through the magic of CAD, computer aided drawing, it looks pretty darn good. And then once you have one, you can have a million. Awesome. Heinz. So I would just, at the end, maybe I want to leave it as these colors, but you can always group them. And this is how it would actually look when it 3D prints, which is pretty awesome. So the mighty wolf, I don't know what this means. So I'm just going to type like Heinz, keychain, and today's date. So then when I'm organizing my life, like I know what this is going to be. And I can, again, you can change the color to not be disgusting brown. Something else is fine. So that's awesome. All right, let's hit the home button. And just because I'm right here, let's add this to our portfolio. You don't have to add this today. I just want you to practice adding shapes. So I'm just going to screenshot it again. You're going to hit that copy to clipboard option. And then I'm just going to go to my tech portfolio. You can click, don't add it to the footer. That'll show up on every page. But if you click in the blank space, you can add it and explain it. I'm going to leave this off for today because I don't want to stress you out. I would like to see your dice on here, and I would like to see you like start another project. You can make a keychain. You can make anything you want. We had people make all sorts of interesting things. So in TinkerCAD, again, you're using those shapes on the right-hand side. If you don't want to be basic, you can scroll down and go under all. There's literally shapes for days. So if you want to just keep going, you can add whatever makes you all warm and fuzzy inside, and you can adjust the dimensions or the measurements to make it exactly the size that you want. All right, folks, happy designing. Happy Wednesday. Looking forward to seeing what your updates are as far as seeing your portfolios. So make sure you hit that blue publish button. Tune in for our live demos today. And if you have any questions, we can definitely meet one-on-one and make sure that you're going to earn that mail. So remember, folks, if you have all your stuff turned in, meaning you have a page that's shared with a coding thing, you're going to be getting some snail mail in the actual mail at your house. So hopefully you can take this vinyl and label your belongings. All right. Happy Wednesday, guys. Thanks.